If you live in Arizona, in or around the Chandler area, and you're considering bankruptcy, you'll love this tip from Christy Thompson of ArizonaLegalAdvocacy.com.
Do I have to file with my spouse?
I get that question a lot, Cindy. It's not uncommon in a marriage to have one who's a spender and one who's a saver. And here in Arizona, as you know, we're a community property state. And what that means is that, unlike a lot of other states, is that when husband and wife are married, their incomes become joint. So you're entitled to half of your husband's income, my husband is entitled to half of my income, and I'm entitled to half of his income. Also, we're entitled to half of each other's debt. So when I get married and I open that credit card up, I start charging on it, even though he's not using any of the things that I'm buying on the credit card, or maybe they're not even for our house or anything that we share together, he still owns half that debt. So I can file on my own without my husband. However, the court, because again, we're a community property state, will look at half of his income and contribute it to my income. So given the guidelines, and there are minimum income requirements that you can't go above in bankruptcy, if I meet that, then I can file bankruptcy. If I don't meet that, then I'm not able to file bankruptcy, at least in a Chapter 7, which is a liquidation of debt. I may have to look into a Chapter 13, which is a reorganization of debt, and can take several years. So the quick answer is yes, you can file without your spouse. But the long answer is it really a good idea, Cindy? And the reason I say that is because when we were talking about community property owning half of everything, say, for example, I go and I file a 7. I qualify for a liquidation of my debt. My bankruptcy is over in 4 months. And I'm pretty excited because I don't owe on those credit cards any longer, and I can get back on my feet. And now I'm going to save, and I'm going to take some different steps, maybe not charge as much. I'm going to build my credit back up, of course, and use my credit cards. But I have kind of gotten myself in a place where I can pay my credit cards off every month. The next step that can happen is my credit cards that I only used during my marriage are now calling my husband and trying to collect on that debt. Because I might have discharged my part of the debt, but he never discharged his part of the debt, meaning it never went away in bankruptcy. It still stayed with him because he didn't file. And creditors will come after spouses who don't file bankruptcy. So I would look at the issue and make the decision, again, by talking to a bankruptcy attorney. But your first step in looking to that when talking to your attorney is determining, did I get this debt before marriage or during marriage? And if it was during marriage, I caution you to both file in order to ensure that you get rid of the debt completely. And again, a good bankruptcy attorney is going to be able to walk you through that and make a determination if both spouses should file or just one should file.
Thanks, Christy. We appreciate you answering our questions. If you have specific questions for Christy or would like to find out more about filing for bankruptcy in or around Chandler, Arizona, visit Christy's website at ArizonaLegalAdvocacy.com.